20 goons and ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go! Hey, no. You got nothing there. You got nothing.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Big hold to the 30. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. This is Jones. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 or 55. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak. Sit up. Check. 55 to mine. Check. 50. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 50. Fair. Recon, 132 fighter. Fight.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Ready. 45 to Mike. Hey. High 7. 45 to Mike. Watch the curl. 45. Mike, 45. Ready to go. Snap.
Looking to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. First down past the 40. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Yeah. 53.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
Here we go. 6-1. Check 53. Come on. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Hey. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
From the gun, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. One back in the game, that's Jones, second and goal.
53 for Mike. 53. Check 53.
Throwing is Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Echo. Check Mike. Watching it by. All day, baby, all day. Deep grip.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Break.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45. Hey, Haywood. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Undercross. Hey, exit. Undercross. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, zoom. Ready.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Alpha. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. Hatchet. Hatchet. Go, go. Check 24.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
At the 7-yard line.
Got it.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Mark 55. Mark 55.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. 80 weapon. Drop, rock it, rock it. Smoke. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Lions' 45-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll run it. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Buccaneer 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now the try here for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Brings up second and 5 at the Bucs' 27-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Second and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
30 base.
They come up now, third and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Right.
54.
Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Check 31. Check 31.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
55. Mike 55.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. He'll look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Check 45. Check 45 to Mike. Ain't nobody go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, You're only going to fool them for a second or so, and guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Safety's creeping. Back. Go.
This time Jackson will throw it. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's caught at the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 39. And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Defense, let's go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Greystone, travel.
They go to Johnson again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Here we go. Now the 52. I'm coming.
We ain't giving up nothing with that. Bang, 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 bang.
Shit. Go. Check 3.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
90, Wolf.
54. You.
Right there. Five.
54.
Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A big run there by Jones. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
Yards on the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Get ready.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll get this one complete to Terry Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Stay with your man.
Check. Lock him up. Check 53. And here we go. Watch the pass. Check.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike. 65. Check 99. Check. Match box. Mike. Kill. Turn up. Kill it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Crunch time, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Meadows. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He's not going to get me.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll drop the throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Let's go, baby.
Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Taking it about the 36. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On the ready.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for two. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for two is snuffed out. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Terry Godwin, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, 55. Right there. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Check 26, check 20. Let's go.
On 1st down, Meadows. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
49, check 49, check 49.
22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. 2 seconds. You don't want none. You don't give me pick up the ball.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
In your face.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Ricky.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Watch the right. It's free. Go.
Hey, Mike 52.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Mike 52, Mike 52.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
45. Mike, 45. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Check 45 to Mike.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Charlie. 5.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
That's it, baby. You got to work.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it, as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light. Go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace pops. They went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Speak with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you